Hold on a second. Oh, shoot. I forgot to publish. Stop. Hello. Oh, hey, notification popped up. Let's see, are we streaming? We are. Greetings, everybody. Hello. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing this. Okay, I have all sorts of fun things for you guys today. Welcome. My name is John Skippy Limcool. Hands together, head bowed. Very appreciative you are all here. There's a sale going on at my website. If you go to, let's see, let's do a new window, pluginguru.com. I want to show you a little bit about it because it's kind of it's a crazy sale. I'm crazy. You know that, right? So this is a sale where things are hidden. There are 10 libraries on sale. Some of the libraries are under $10. But you have to find them. I'm not going to tell you how to find them. There's also 8 eggs that are hidden on different web pages. If you find an egg, you can hover over it. It will tell you what it is. If you click it, it goes to Dropbox. There's 10 kick drum wave files. The Boo bonus, this library. If we go over here and let's see, let's see, where am I at? I want to make sure I'm on. So if I'm over here and I go to Boo bonus, these are patches made by my customers. And we did demo songs last year. I haven't made this available since October. It's hidden somewhere on my website for you to download. So you can, let's see, why are we not hearing this? But I'm playing here. And it works. How strange. Okay, well, that track will go away. And break tweaker works. Just checking, making sure everything works. Okay. Oh, I'm on a multi. So initialize the multi. We'll get to all the fun stuff there. But if you go boot bonus, all of these are hidden somewhere on my website. There's demo songs, there's patches for Tyrell, there's patches for Icarus, there's an Absinthe 5 library created by the creator of Absinthe, Brian Clevenger and myself. All sorts of things, but they're hidden. I'll give you a clue. If we go to Airwave Volume 1, I'll show you how it works. If you go here and you scroll down, an egg pops up. And if you hover over it, that's where the bonus kick drum samples are. So you're looking for these little eggs. They can be at the top. They could be at the bottom below the reviews. I'm not telling you anything else about it, but there's sales and there's Easter eggs and they're there until Sunday night. So if you can find them, yay. If you can't, then, you know, yeah, you have to go. I hit them really good. I have a lot of web pages. I have a lot of pages at my site now. So it's definitely something that's going to require a little bit of hunting to find, I believe. But I'm not sorry about it because that's fun. Got to have fun with this stuff. So that's happening. I have a premiere, a world premiere. I'm going to do that in maybe like 10 minutes. I have done you know, I'm always trying to push my little envelope of what I do. And I've always wanted to incorporate more being out in nature with the videos that I make. And I'm just starting that. So this is a baby step, but it came out really, really cool. It's a 4-location demo. My girlfriend, her daughter, and myself loaded up in the car and went to the Oregon coast. And they were the photographers, the videographers. And we went to 3 locations there. And then I did a time lapse. The cherry blossoms. In fact, I have photos I can show you. The cherry blossoms are in bloom here in Portland, and they're so beautiful. So I took this of the start of the evening. This is another shot that was really cool. And this with my fisheye lens of the canopy of the cherry blossoms. So I did a time lapse here for one of the tracks. So there's 4 songs used in 4-location demo. So I'm going to show that in a minute. And I'm also, after that, show you the other 3. I have 7 demos for OMG Drums, Volume 2. And they are included in the download. When you buy the library, it comes with these suckers. And there's some hidden things that you might not be aware of you can do with these. And so I will share with you while we are playing some of the other demos after seeing the video, what you can do with these that you might not be aware of. For those of you, I get email all the time about people that are not really proficient drum programmers. In this folder of the demo songs is both the audio demos and the MIDI files. And if I click mid for the MIDI file and I drag it over to Omnisphere and let up, it adds it. Here, I'll play one right now. So this is Mercury from Albion. This is one that's not got a video to it. So if we go over to the multis for OMG Volume 2, this is in trance. This is one that Airwave started, and Airwave and I worked closely on a whole bunch of these. It came out really cool. All you have to do at this point, whatever your tempo is, let's say 128, hit play. And it will play the demo just like it sounds on SoundCloud. No processing, straight out of Omnisphere with this library. Straight out of it. I mean, if I mute this, and you can see there's no effects on this. You also notice my levels, it doesn't overdrive, it's right at 0 dB. Okay? So you have these MIDI files. Okay, I'm going to show you the trick right now so you can think about this when you're hearing the demos in the video. A lot of you are not proficient drum programmers, and you hear in there the drums are doing all sorts of cool things. Check this out. Drag the MIDI file into your sequencer, open it up, hit the little, whatever your key roll is, or somewhere where you can see all the notes that were played. Here's what was played, right? Let me explain how this works. So we go like this. Down here on C, C1, these are the notes that trigger the starts and the stops of the drums. And I did some tricky things in here where I'm like starting and stopping it to get quarter notes without stuff. If you go like this, select everything but C and delete, you now have, starting at measure 11 in this case, a drum track. And there's all sorts of stuff going on, because what you can't see that I will now show you is that if we hit automation on this sucker and we put it to region, we can see that there's modulation. And let's open up another lane and set this to be pitch bend. There's all this wacky stuff going on to this track. So you have a drum track, and every one of these demos you can strip out and use for your songs. You can even use another multi. Here's breakdown. Okay, so you have a drum track available to you for free in every one of these, and you can just and I'll even do, because the swells that are changing the drums also changes sounds. Play whatever you want, man. And you're rocking, you know? You have a whole production track to play with every one of these 7 demos. So I want you to think about that a little bit while you're going to... the live stream's happening now, right? That's funny, Wesley. It's live, right? I just want to double check real quick. Yeah, we're live. Yeah, we're live. Okay. I just want to make sure. Somebody's saying, like, when's the live stream? And I'm like, well, it's supposed to be streaming right now. Okay. So there's 7 demos. I'm going to... No, let's not do that. Oh, where'd I go? So let's do the world premiere. I'm really excited for this. This is really fun. Oh, I need to stop this. Just found all the eggs on the wood side. Oh, it's updating the stream chat. Shoot, because I lost my web page for the chat. Okay, we're live. Okay. Alive and kicking. Good. Okay, so that's the idea behind these demos. It's not just for, I mean, it's cool. It's a demo and you can play it and it's there to show you the sounds and all that kind of stuff. But the other side of it that I hope you guys pick up on and that I'm sharing with you is that there's a drum track inside of these, as well as the production sounds of the sounds changing, that you're welcome to use. Copy and paste little blocks in different places, change the order around, do all that kind of stuff to make it your own. So there's 7 demos. I'm going to show you now the 4 location demos, I call it. This is a movie. Let's see here. So if we go over here to 99 is where, 98? Huh. Okay, so I'm going to go to the original size and bring this over here, and we get to all enjoy it together. So here we go. It's a little silly, I will admit, but I definitely had a good time doing this. And let's see here. I want to go just to the screen. Here we go. So enjoy. So there you go. That was fun. So those tennis shoes are shot. I'll watch them probably. They'll be all right. But everything you're hearing is straight out of Omnisphere. No production added to anything. Athena was there. Everything shot here in the state of Oregon, where I live. Yay. Okay. So, hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to create. So, yes, somebody asked about the Easter eggs. They are on the website right now. There's 8 eggs. I have, let's see here. I don't know if I can open this without you guys seeing it. I don't want to show it. Okay, it's over here. Yeah. So, things on the site that are Easter eggs. There are patches from Phonic 2, 10 patches for Icarus. The Absinthe 5 Mind Melt is somewhere. The bonus Hive patches I've created in the past. There's an image. There's the 35 Tyrell patches we did in a live stream a month or two ago. The biggies, the 162 patches for Omnisphere 2. If you don't have the Boo bonus, they're somewhere on the website. That's this bonus library right here. Oh wait, we're on multis. Gotta go over here to Boo bonus. There's 162 patches. All these BM patches, effects, hits, keys, leads. All this is somewhere on the website. It's an older library. I will tell you that. It's not one of the newer ones. So you got to kind of go back in time a little bit to find it. Okay, so I pointed out the fact that you can drag the MIDI file over. Let's do this. Let's get this going again. I'll show you another couple demos really quick for the OMG library, because we showed Mercury from Avignon. The other two are, let's see here. Let's go to the demos. Superhighway was there. Silo was there. Sausage was there. Renoised is not there. So if I take this MIDI file and I drag it to Omnisphere to there, let's listen to this. So we go to multis, volume 2, to Renoised, go to the grooves. The groove is the one that you want. Remember the layout. The kit is just this from C to A, the samples. Okay, and then the loop, and I have the tempo attached. So you can see the tempo, that's the ideal tempo to play it at, which is 127. Okay, but the groove is the fun one, because the groove has that groove down on low C you play to start it, and then right. So here's the demo for Renoise that I created. We'll go like this. Here, let's do this. So you don't have to see this per se, so we can get that out of the way. I'm going to open up the lanes so that you can see both pitch bend, and I'm also going to hit P so you can see the notes that were played. Let's make that smaller. Don't need to see this, so this can go away. So there's the notes that were played. There's the real-time controllers. Here we go. So the drums started off, because this has the mod wheel to do cool stuff to the drums. Again. Select all the low C stuff, and now you have a drum groove. And I don't think there's any sustain. Yeah, there's no sustain. So you don't have to worry about sustain pedals popping up or anything on these. It's just, but the key is you have to start at the beginning to get the drums to start. There's another trick you can do, like if you're at measure 9 and you're playing turn on the click, if you've already sequenced something, let's say let's sequence something into this. So let's go like this. Okay, so you're jamming along, right? And you go back and you start playing at measure 5. The drums are gone because there's only a note to trigger the drums at the very beginning. And then they're on the whole time. So what you can do is this. You have to probably turn on the click. Like I have K for turning on and off the click on the sequencer here. So I could just hit the low C. Start the drums up. And now they're back in. So you can start the drums and stop them anytime you want. And that's in fact something you can do as a remixing if you wanted to, like, it starts the drums, sequence in, hit C to stop it, now place. So you can start and stop the drums and sequence that in if you want. And you play real fast. You can get all sorts of funny, happy accidents because it's quantizing the starting and the stopping of the drums. So now when you play it back, kill the click now because you don't need it. So you can use these as templates to start working with. See this, what this does right here, I'm curious. Happy accidents. So I love happy accidents like that. So that's the idea behind these demos. The other demo that, let's see if I can remember these, because it's side rhythms, Mercury, maybe medium room. I don't think we did medium room. So if I go over here, let me play it real quick. Yeah, no, we didn't do this one. So go to medium room, go to measure 1, insert this, and so we go to OMG drums. We go to medium room. There's medium room groove. All right, here's the 7th and final demo. Zoom in so we can see it. And let's get this so we can see all of it to kind of match along. Here we go. I love this one, by the way. I love them all, shoot. So here I have the pitch bend go down, so the kick goes away. Body wheel up. So those ideas, there's all 7 of them. The 4 you heard in the video, and then I've shown you 3 here. 7 that have full drum tracks with a whole lot of programming going on by only using the mod wheel and the pitch bend to change the drums and the tone, all the stuff of the synth parts, all changing in real time. It's really, really fun. Hey, Big E's here, Big E. Big E got me tickets to the Blazer game last night. They won. Thank you so much, man. That was really nice. So that's the idea. That's the idea behind these fun, silly demo songs that I included, because you can use them in really cool ways. Are there any questions? Yes, Avenger 2 is really good. John's working with Logic, and the host is OMG 2 is a library. Sports don't make me tap my toes. Kendall, that's awesome. You guys are so funny. My gosh. Okay, so someone's asking, what else did we want to cover? I wanted to cover a little bit with the other library that comes with this. Right now, for included is the viola library, and we're gonna make a patch together really quick. So let's initialize the multi. Are there any questions? I want to make sure that we now remember, what you say in chat is recorded and played back in the future when people watch the video. So make sure you're talking about stuff you want to be remembered for. All right. Let's see what else is here we want to do. I'll point this out one more time just because we're live and different people pop in and out. There is a sale at my website this weekend since it's Easter. And it's kind of a funny, silly sale, but you know, life is short and you got to have fun. So the idea being that there are there's 8, not 10, but 8 Easter eggs. And there's 10 libraries that are on sale. 2 libraries, let me tell you the prices of the libraries. There's there's 2 libraries that are retail $49 that are available for $40.16. I made the sale prices really obvious. Like they all have really weird decimal point cents to them, so that normally it's $39 or $49 or $69 for Super Macho Drums. Super Macho Drums is one of the libraries on sale. But it's one of those things where the sale prices, there's libraries that are $39 or $35 that are $17.68. There's 2 libraries, if you can find them, that are $8.63. So it's Easter. We're having fun. It's the weekend only. It's over on Sunday night. So take advantage if you want. And like I showed other people earlier, if you go to the Airwave, here's 10 wave kick drum samples that you can add to Airwave or to OMG Drums 2 right there. And if you click this, what happens, it will take you to a Dropbox where you can then download it if you want to have it, okay? Guru Bonus Kicks is the name of the file. So there you go. Also, let me just point out, I'm really happy. I turned off the spam protection on my site because it was blocking, and it's been blocking since September of a year past. It's like a year and a half. It's been blocking people from leaving comments at my site. So please leave a comment. You have to be logged in. You have to have it be a library that you own before you can leave a comment. So, but please leave comments on the libraries. It really helps people see the libraries that you guys like and that you have nice things to say about. It's constructive. That all helps out a lot. So how easy is it to change the drum rhythms? Good question. Let's show that. There's you go. So let's take one of the grooves. One of my favorite grooves. I'll share with you one of my favorites because there's so many that are awesome. But Sausage just has the right amount of sauce and attitude and the ability to... So to change the groove, here's how it works. There are 6 parts that are the drum groove, 1 through 6. The trick to getting these to work is that it's using the arpeggiator. I don't know why it's showing that, but it's not that from that library. It's showing each of these parts, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are each playing different parts. So if we just start the drums, this is the crash. And you can go here to the main page and hit the solo button. We want to raise the pitch. Maybe I want to make this like a short. And I want this to catch a delay, so I'm just going to stick a delay on here. Let's do a radio delay, which has the filter, so it's got some nice color to it. Okay, now I'm going to go to this page, and I'm going to add. So part 4 is doing that. Now I can just turn off the arpeggiated sequences that I want. Maybe I just want to do like 8th notes. And maybe I don't want it to have such low frequency. So I could go here to the EQ. Kind of nail the frequency. If I want to get more specific, I could use EQ and Studio EQ and turn on the high pass filter. And I want to emphasize the. Okay, so let's emphasize that. Maybe I want to swing this a little more. So I could go over here to the swing. Maybe I want that kind of pattern. So let's listen to this back with the drum and snare now. So let's copy this so we can hear to compare. Let's see, copy. So if I hit this, say yes. So here's the original. Just by changing some of the arpeggiator patterns, tuning the cymbal up and adding a delay to it. That's the power of this thing. And if I don't like this kick drum sound, go here, hit OMG drums volume 2. I can try all sorts of different kicks. What do you want? I mean, there we go. I like that. Snare, maybe a different snare sound. So let's go snares, OMG drums volume 2. Oh, that's synth. If I want to change the tuning of it, change the envelope, go to the amp, just change the envelope. I want it to be more like distorted. So it's so easy to modify all the elements of the grooves. Oh, thanks for pointing that out on the creature. I have all sorts of missing text and crazy text on the site. So thank you, JX. I'll make a note of that. Here, let me do this. Go like that. Yeah, Creature-esque Rocktober weekend special is over. Yeah, happy Easter. Good to see you too, Gareth. So that's the idea, is you can take any of these multis and the way that they work and change them. You can change the synth sounds too. The other idea that's really fun let's take this groove and let's go to the bass part. And you got to go here to the stacked page, and this will show you the drum groove parts are right here. In this case, it's pretty simple. Part 7 is the bass, and then up. Maybe I want this to be different. We saved out every one of these patches and everything in the entire setup so that it's really easy. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Go to OMG Volume 2. There. And the same thing as the drums. This is kind of a sparse pattern. It was actually more sparse than this. But you could add some things. Take something up an octave. Take that up an octave. If you want to add a melody to it, you can. The choice is this. If you keep it like octaves, you can play chords. Oh. What's going on? Oh. Logic's playing. It's been playing the whole time in the background. I didn't know that. So you can add arpeggiator parts to the keyboard parts even. Now, by keeping it octaves, I can play chords. I want to make it minor, I can play it as a minor. Be aware that once you start adding things besides octaves, if you want to have it do something where... Maybe... Right? That's kind of cool, right? Let's echo that again. Right? So that's cool. With one note, it's doing more things. The problem is, if you play chords with that, it's horrible. You've lost it. So if you make the arpeggiator pattern complex, then you have to commit yourself to two things. You're now going to play with one finger, and you're always going to stay in that mode. You can't change from positive, major chords to minor chords to half diminished or any other types of chords. You just have to play one note. And I can move the bass. I can use the bass and I can move around and play intervals that are related to the notes that I played here in this arpeggiator pattern. But I can't play between, if I play a major chord, it's just a mess. Minor. Because it's bouncing around when it gets to this +8. It's taking a look at what note of the chord, which maybe at that point it's like G or something, and then it's playing that G note transposed up 8 steps. But if I change this all so that these are all back to 12s, just octaves, maybe even have a pop really high octave, and then maybe a low octave. You can go all over in the +12, -12, +24, -24. Now I can play major. Major. Minor. So you can get away with stuff as long as you stay to where you're playing just octave up or down of the note that you're playing. That way, when you play major and minor chords, it's not taking when it gets to E and it's supposed to be transposed up 7, it becomes like some sort of a half diminished note or something crazy. So That's one way. Another way that's really fun with the arpeggiator is to change the modes here. And one mode that's really handy, and you still have to be careful with where you set your transpose and stuff, but change this to be chord. And what this means is that when you are playing chords, it's going to play whatever notes you're playing for every one of these. If I play major chord, minor, so you can do all sorts of fun stuff with that. So the notes that you choose for transposing on the arpeggiator are really important based on how you're going to play it. So when you're looking at all these different patterns and you call them up, we call these ones ARP because typically they're doing stuff you play one note. Like playing chords with that would not be very helpful. It'd probably sound fairly bad. But if you go down here to the BPM like chords, you can play chords with this. Sometimes it also, BPM chord means that it's gonna, there's a chord in it. This has an interval of a, someone's asking, anyone know if it's possible to get the MIDI into a DAW and then try multis playing that MIDI? Absolutely, totally. And it's another one of those trick things I wanted to point out. You can take a MIDI file for silo. Let's put this over here and let's have it start at measure 1. Now let's first play it with the actual multi it was made for. So if we go here, OMG drums to silo. Where's silo? Oh, it's a dance. This is dance. So we go dance, silo. Yep. When we hit play, slow it down because this is one I use at the post office. Where am I finding the MIDI? It's right here in this folder that comes with OMG Volume 2. It's called OMG Volume 2 Demo Songs. And I decided to include the demo songs both as WAV files and MIDI files so that you guys could do these fun things with taking this part. And if you want, you can get rid of the notes. Get rid of all these notes, except for the C's. And then go to measure 9 and 2, 3, 4. Now you have a drum pattern. And you can use this drum pattern with the fills and stuff to play. And while the sequence is playing, it will play, and you can cycle this. You could turn on a loop if you wanted. Just remember your loop needs to be set so that it starts with the note on, and just be aware that each time it cycles, check this out. It plays, now it stops. So, because that's the way it works, is low C is the groove to start it, and then play C again and it stops it. So just be aware of that. Now, if we wanted to, we could take this MIDI data that's set up for this, and we could go in and change the different multis. But be aware, I was explaining the arpeggiator and how the arpeggiator works. And we use completely different rules and different approaches for all of these different grooves. We didn't want to do the same thing to each one. They're not that cookie cutter. There is a certain cookie cutter format to the layout. But what we do in this layout is radically different. So a lot of these won't work. If you go to Ram Raid and you play, now that's pretty cool, because Ram Raid is supposed to be at 169 beats per minute. We're playing at 111. 169 it's supposed to be. kind of stuff. Now, if we change to now, let's see what now sounds like when we play this. Because some of these, at some point, it's going to fall apart. Yeah, this one won't work. Yeah, that one will not work, because its bass is... So that won't work with playing chords. I mean, maybe it will for you. I don't know. I don't want to put you in a box, but maybe not that one. Here is 909. So if we say major 9. Sort of works. Not entirely. And because of the way this one's designed, with long releases, playing big chords might not be the best idea. But yes, the MIDI data can be used on any multi. And since there's 42 to choose from, there's all sorts of experimenting to do there. So that's the idea. Make it flexible, make you able to change the sounds out, change the arpeggiator pattern parts if you want. All sorts of things are totally flexible, okay? Let's see. To build up self-made MIDI files and use as a template in MIDI and copy those OMG. Sure, you can totally do that. Absolutely. Is your MIDI file going to be an entire song or a drum groove? You could do stuff like this. I'll give you let's do some more production tricks. So let's say that we're on say I wanted to use this groove, and I want to use it in different ways. Right? I'm making a template. Right? Right? So I've made a groove template. I highly recommend quantizing to either 16th notes or 8th notes. So then you know for sure it's going to start on the downbeats. Right? So then I could name this. Let's go over here. Let's use Logic and let's name this Pop Rhythm Idea. And this is using 909 groove. Okay. And then I always go copying that. And then in Logic under File, Export the selection as a MIDI file. And then I could name this. I've got a messy desktop. So I'm going to go into a new folder like this. So here's my folder. It's an untitled folder. I'm going to save it as Pop Rhythm Idea 909 Groove. Okay. And then I delete this and I make another one, or I pull out here's another idea. You could take the grooves that I have provided in the demo songs. You could say sausage, put this here, go in, delete the notes. And say that I had set the, let's see. This is using sausage. Let's go to multis, trance, sausage groove. Yes, please load. So this is a let's see what's going on. Oh, there we go. Oh, I deleted part, right? I think I deleted the wrong part. Let me do that one more time because my bass is missing. Go here, sausage, demo, MIDI channel 1. There. Right? I didn't delete the whole thing. So this is the demo. Let's take all of this, except the kick drums, delete it. I have this drum groove. Right? So it doesn't start on 1. I want it to start on 1, so I'd go to measure 5, measure 6. And I'm going to split this track by hitting Command T and say I'm going to split it so it plays it on the downbeat. Get rid of this part, and then I want to drag this whole thing over to MIDI channel to measure 1. And if I didn't want the 2 measure introduction, like let's say for my templates, I don't want that. I just want it to start right there. So I'd say Command T again. Get rid of this. And let's just use this. So now I have just a basic groove. Okay, so now I could just select this and I could say export this. Let's see, file, export. I've cleaned it up. I've prepared it to be a drum template. So I could say this is sausage, groove, main groove only. Right? Or whatever you want to name it. So that way I could now have this folder. Let's see, where's my untitled folder? Where did it? Untitled folder. Where'd you go? Oh, my if you guys saw my desktop, you'd be embarrassed. But anyway, wherever it is, you could just drag between those back and forth to get the groove files. Let's see if I go, let me figure out where this is at. So if I go export, selections to MIDI file, where is this? Let me move this over here. Oh. It's in the Del Norte MIDI files folder. Okay, that makes sense. I'm not going to go hunting for it, but hopefully you get the idea. You can make templates of these grooves. You can save them out that way. I know a lot of you guys struggle with drum programming. The other thing I want to just point out is that when you play this, sequence with just playing one note. 1. Just do the drums by themselves. I'm just going to do 8 measures, right? 1, 2. And I didn't do any additional stuff. And I'm going to hold down Control, Shift, and Return to make new tracks of the same MIDI channel, everything, so that I can go back and we want to quantize this. I hit Q to quantize it to 1/8 notes. And then I can add my real-time stuff. Mod wheel or pitch bend up is a fill. Pitch bend down is the killer kick. So you can easily, by just playing with the controls, make your own things, just build it up slowly. You don't have to do everything in real time. It's fun to practice and get to where you. But I've been doing this for a while, and so the practice helps you get to know how to play it. But practice it. It's really fun to try. It gives you a chance to do, you could do live, like you're a complete record live. I mean, it's insane. Okay? So hopefully those tips. You're welcome. My pleasure. Hey, Tim Dale, welcome to the party. A deadline for viola patches is, I believe, like the 21st of April. I'll send out a more specific note to make sure. But the idea being that on the 7th, So OMG Volume 2 is on sale for $40 until April 7th, and then it's $49. I had someone comment on one of the videos recently about the cost, and I just want to point out real quickly that this took a huge amount of work to create and organize and make it into a reality to sound like this. I mean, there's nowhere else you can go to do this that I know of. And so this took months. I showed you a video 7 months ago working on these. So it's been a long time in the work, in the processing, in the brain to make it a reality. And so I don't feel bad at all for the price that I asked for 42 fully fleshed out grooves in drum kit, loop, and real-time form. I know you can buy the Break Tweaker version of the library that has Volume 1 and Volume 2 for the same price as these two libraries. But the thing that this adds to the library is literally hundreds of additional patches and the ability to call up something that plays. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You guys are saying nice things over there. That's very nice. But just realize, like, if you were to even look at something like the Omnipulse Volume 2, check this out. So there's some bass patches. There's some nice ones in there. There's that many. You go to this library, which has all of the drums, all the kits, and then you go to bass, and it's just like da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. It's like twice the number of patches of bass as there is in the Omnipulse libraries. So it's a full library of all of these BPM sounds that work so nicely. And I'll tell you something. I don't think we've ever gotten quite as, I mean, the dynamic range in some of these patches is just insane. Calling these things up that can go from, let's see. From a pulse. Every one of them. So another fun way to use this library is how we do with the other, like the Airwave and the Omnipulse. Turn on stack and just start building. Even if you're just, you might want to set it up. One thing I want to point out, inside of the library is another folder. Let me show you this. Thank you, Steve. You guys are awesome. Good Atmosphere libraries cost about $50. What's not to love? Thank you, guys. You guys are so nice. I have good family here. I love it. So check this out. So if you go to the bonus presets, on top of the arpeggiator presets, which include the OMG Volume 2 arpeggiator presets, the effects racks, and the envelope presets are stack presets. And there's groove, kit, and loop. And what these do is these just kind of like grab all these 8 patches and right here, and it's kind of interesting. You can't click on the actual triangle. You have to click just below the triangle and it shows up. So you can click here and you say groove and it will set up this thing which has the sounds in key zones. But if you're not working with the drum sounds, like in this case, this doesn't work. But I can quickly drag this and I can go like this to give myself, you can play a note and see where it's at. Okay. And then I'm going to say below this is bass. And so go to part 2 and let's go on OMG Drums Volume 2. Go to bass. And let's say I want to turn on part 3 and I'm going to have it go in the same bass area. Let's add something else to the bass. So let's go OMG Drums Volume 2. Well, that's drums. Oh, bass. Let's go back to bass. All right, here. Maybe I like that. And some of these, like this, you'll hear, if we go to soloing part 3, that should be up an octave. So you go to the main page and there's a transpose for octaves right here. Here we go. And maybe I want to add something to the synth part, the sparse part. So let's take this 4th part and just drag it so it matches the range that I've set here. And let's go to part 4 and go to OMG Drums Volume 2. Let's go to BPM chords. Now, here's the other thing. Now you notice you have to play totally in time. If I'm a little sloppy, it's off. It's very easy to play and make it sound bad. So Eric Persing was very smart and took an idea from Stylus RMX that he put into here. And if you right click on each of these, there's this trigger mode. And that's where this comes in really handy. There's next bar, next beat, and then 16th notes. Right now, everything's set to trigger immediate, which means it's immediately triggered. But by setting it to 16th notes for all 4 parts, it's automatically quantizing. So now, no matter where I play, even if I'm playing lots of notes, it's still quantizing the notes. You can't play bad if you're playing properly. So that's what we're using feature-wise to get the bass, the groove, and the keyboard so that you can play it and it sounds good. If you go to one of these multis, let's say, let's do Family Jewels. Let's play this real quick so we know what it is. Oh, not this one. Because it's using a keyboard sound on the right hand. Same with that one. We need one. Oh, here we go. I think this one is using, I love this one. This is really fun. Okay, if I turn off trigger, and there's a fast way to do that. If you go to the latch page and hit the latch button, you can see and change these right here without having to right click. So let's turn it off for everything. And now it's very easy to make it sound really bad. I mean, it sounds amateur. It's so easy to play out. Okay, so the trigger mode is really important because what it does, boom, now it's going to fix it so that I play in time with everybody. Everybody's listening to each other. There's a delay. When you're playing on the keyboard, you'll notice that there's times where you're playing, you don't hear it. That's because it's in a quantized mode. It's actually quantizing what you play to time. So it's a very smart feature that was added that makes this possible. Without a trigger mode, it would be really hard to play this live. But because of how it's set up, with these tools that are available, the latch mode and that quantized trigger mode, it's really, really fun. So, yes, it's not easy to pick out because they're all fun. It's not a bad problem I thought to have. So there you go. That gives you about the most exhaustive I can get into, I can think of. Well, trigger mode, affect arpeggiator switch via program change? No idea. When does the timing start? As soon as you hit the first key, or is there some timing in the background we don't know about? It's listening to your clock tempo, your quantized tempo here, right? So if I choose, let's go to the trance ones, which are even more time important. Here, Big Mac. It's watching the timing of when you play each note. Like I'm playing here, let's get so you can see the keyboard. If I play just busy notes, it's picking out when a note that I'm playing connects with the correct timing. So it's quantizing based on each note. I won't. I can keep playing it. I do make it look easy. I've been making these for a long time. I started making groove kind of things with my voicing with Korg, with like the M and the T series and the Wave Station. I did all the rhythmic stuff that we did with the PCM cards that had like the really cool drum grooves and stuff using wave sequencing. That was yours truly's work. So I've been a big proponent of getting these machines to be groove machines you can jam to. It's one of the things I love to do with these things, which is why so many of my libraries are like the Omnipulse libraries or the OMG libraries or Percussa. I like rhythm and synthesis. It's a fun, there's a lot you can do to manipulate the drum sounds in really cool ways. I mean, so I've been at this a long time, 25 plus years. So there's a lot of experience, a lot of playing where it played badly and have to work on my timing, but I've had practice. So plus when I'm making these, you don't see the fact that when I am making these, I'm like this for days. And I'm dancing around my room. I mean, I love making these. This is like fun. And when Airwave sent these and then I worked on them, it's just really inspiring to create stuff like this. So yes, it's fun stuff. All right. So I'm going to talk about viola really quick. So included also, be aware that it's your ticket to get into programming with the Mega Magic Viola library. And there's some really cool source in here. There's 16 samples. They go anywhere from these pads, which are 2. There will be probably 4 when I'm done. I only made 2 before getting this out. This is 5 different sounds. It's actually, there's a Mega Magic pad. There's a Del Norte pad, giving it air. It sounds like a string orchestra, but it's not. It's actually just a really nice bright synth from Del Norte. The Mega Magic cello, bowing fast. The Mega Magic viola harmonics, this really haunting harmonic sound, plus the viola fast in this one sample. Okay, so this is just one sample. You should hear the whole map of all 8 samples. It's unbelievable. The pad, this is 4 sounds to make. This is a single sample, my friends. So this is not hundreds of samples and 25 gigabytes. It's a single sample that's less than 4 megabytes in size. And wait till you hear the full map of all 8 samples. It's crazy, 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 crazy. And just to show you the difference, this is the C3 sample, and then here's the G4 sample. As single samples, listen to the tone down here, how different it is. More synthetic than here. It's the same map, but this sample is playing just a certain range. G4 is playing up in that range. And when you layer them all together with all 8 samples, it is just, you know, it's crazy. I also included the string viola vibrato dry, which as a map is unbelievable. Like if I think I have a version here I can show you. EXX24. Let me pop over here and see. No, I don't have it. I haven't got it loaded, I don't think. I think this is the Mega Magic version. Well, you'll hear it with the Mega Magic ambience, and these aren't the final samples, but hear that quality? When you go to a single sample, it sounds horrible. So the reason to include this was actually to show you how bad it sounds if it's just a single sample in some cases. The dry violin, the dry viola with just a single sample, it's nothing compared to what the final map will be. So be aware of that. This is really cool for synth stuff, so we'll look at that in a second. The pizzicato stuff is really cool. There's marcato. And the ambience is because I'm using special, nice convolution, real rooms to sound like a concert hall. So I worked really hard to make this even more apparent than the cello. It's considerably more improved. I'm learning as I do these. I've never done string libraries like this before, so. And again, when this is a single sample, when it's across the whole keyboard, it's even more spectacular. There's Mega Magic versions, and it just rings out forever. When you put the Mega Magic onto something that's more sustaining, it's beautiful. Filtering that and putting pulsing in it and all sorts of stuff would be just awesome. There's spiccato up and down. Oh wait, if I go, that's the pizzicato. Spiccato down and up. So you can get some nice sequencing with soft velocities and then hard velocities in the arpeggiator, changing between the 2 samples in a single patch. So I decided to include 2 of the same. The crescendo I showed you, the down up is the nice vibrato. That. The motion is beautiful. I love. Single sample. And again, turning on the filter. Watching it with an LFO that's doing something like like that. So there's all sorts of fun places to take these sounds. Unmodulate that. Yes. Let's see. Then there's harmonics, which is beautiful. Let me make the envelopes even longer for the really dramatic. So it's funny to have this included with a drum groove heavy library, but this is next. And so you got to be quick to stay with Skippy. I move very quickly. So we're into viola orchestral coming in April. So, and again, these can make really cool. If you took this to have a fast envelope, move the sample start later a little bit. Maybe right click to modulate with random. And then stick this in the arpeggiator. And then let's like assign the pitch to be controlled. Have a really snappy pitchy G added to it. So go over here to envelope 4. Say 1 spike. Get nice spiky stuff. Have that hit a cool delay. Then maybe have another delay after it, so it's as the chorus. And let's add maybe a slow phaser. Maybe the maximum would be a little bit different. Then stack. And put that up here and putting down like this. And going to part 2. Go to bass and have fun. And a fun thing to do, you can layer the bass and drums together. So if you go to part 3 and you go to a kick, go down here down the list to where you get to the kick samples. And then all you have to do is turn on the ARP. We turn the ARP off by default, but turn it on. And then like set your key range so it's only for here, so it doesn't play for your pad sound from viola. And the way it's set up, kick drums don't change pitch. See, wherever I play across the keyboard, I have the drum set. We did this, we thought this all through as far as we could. The drums don't change pitch. So if I go over here to part 3, 2, 3, go to part 4, let's add a hi-hat. And then turn on the ARP. Okay? And at this point, you'd want to go to the live page, turn on the latch button so you can see these and quantize them to 16th notes so that way you get timing to be satisfying. And now, and then maybe on top of this, now I'm at 4. If I want to add more, you have to go down here and right click and say add part 5. Add part 6, because stack mode, when you turn it on, it only adds 4 parts. So part 5, and I want to go to my stack mode, and I'm going to make this be something that goes up here with that synth part. And there just so happens, I happen to know it's like the only one. Go looking for pad on part 5. OMG drums volume 2. There's one pad. It's called Fat Air Basic, and it's just a nice presence. Go to my mixer, turn it down a little. Now the hi-hat's playing up here. I kind of like that, because whatever's going to trigger it, I can play as many notes as I want, or just one note. It still triggers the hi-hats. So it is so fun, I tell you. Having this kind of mix of rhythm and elements, and then making viola sounds to layer and stuff. It's nirvana. I could. It's days gone by, and some of the people that have been writing nice comments to me have been like, I'm late to work because I was playing this for 2 hours and stuff like that. So, okay. So are we good? I think we're going to wrap. My daughter's here. We're going to go do some fun Easter stuff together. Thank you for your support. Thank you for enjoying this video. I hope you learned. There's a lot. I opened up a lot of doors, hopefully, to you guys with how to use the multi-mode and rhythm. When you start layering, and it's really easy to go to the page here that says notes, and we haven't even talked about velocity or CC, which is even crazier. I'll show you real quick. This is insane. We could say bass, kick. We're doing like it's a key split, right? And here's our hi-hats for a little bit. And then I want to have this normal pad for a while. And then at the very top is this high pad. So I have the 5 sounds set up so that they're split. So it doesn't make sense to play from notes, but go to CC and something really interesting happens. It will only play one of these parts. Oh, well, actually, we could do this. We could actually like have this. You can have things cross over. And as you move up the mod, I'm using it set up so it's CC1, and you can change it to be any controller, continuous controller you want. But check this out. As I move up the range, it's only going to play whatever is crossing here. So if I go kick and I have this for this part, and then it goes away. So I have bass. Now it's bass and hi-hats. You can actually hear it. And you can do things like have this, then have the kick come in. But have it with the, instead of fading between one keyboard and the next, it's fading volume in and out. It's genius. And we can have this slowly fade in. And then have it so that it fades out. And then have the bass come in right here. So that's what these 3 modes are for. Or for the velocity, it's by velocity. So but the arpeggiator is changing it and stuff, so it's kind of tricky to use. But CC mode, it's crazy. So I don't do that a lot because it's really confusing without explaining how to use it. But if you're doing a live show or a certain effect where you want to go from one sound into another sound, and be able to control when it happens, it's really cool that CC mode is available. So there. Oh, okay. So I think we're good. I just lost my live page. Live streaming, come back here. It's trying to do something weird on YouTube for me, so I can't see your chats. But it's that time. Let's do our shout outs. I can't see the shout out, so I can't shout out to you. I'm sorry. Let me see if I go here to... it wants me to create a channel in YouTube, so I don't know what is going on. It seems to think I'm logged out. Let's see. Let me get back to my regular account because it thinks I'm on something else. So there. And then live streaming, please. But do your shout outs to everybody. Everybody can see where you're at. Oh, Bothell. Okay, cool. Yay, Oregon for Steve. Hey. Kid Anthem in Mississippi. Right on. Ken in... Oh, you're not saying where you are. Thank you. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate that. North Carolina. Right on. Thank you, Ivar. Happy to share knowledge. Oh, from Spain. Oh, Philip. I want to come to Spain. Portugal, too. I want to see Portugal. Oh, great. In St. George, Utah. Cool, guys. Nicaragua. Wow, Ken. That's a ways away. Bernie in Holland. Bernie, I hope you're feeling better, my friend. Happy Easter. Tim, happy Easter to you, my friend. Thailand. Right on, Kaksa. Cheers to you. OMG is so much fun. Thank you. That's the idea. Fun, creative stuff. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying. Okay, I'm going to go. Peace to you all. Be well. Treat the world good. Read Bernie's comment before the shout out. I missed that, JX3D. I'll read it in post or something. John, do you come to Frankfurt? No, I'm not planning to come to Frankfurt. I'm hopefully going to come maybe in June with my daughter for some travel for vacation, maybe to Berlin or something. We're trying to put the plan together, but I'll do Super Booth next year. For sure. We almost made it this year, but I think next year will be better. So thank you all. Happy Easter. Peace. Enjoy OMG. Enjoy the sale. Go looking for Easter eggs. Made it fun for everybody, so you don't have to be a kid to look for Easter eggs. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Thanks.